Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. I'm going to do a test. I'm going to do my best at this. I'm in my man cave. I just turned off the lights. I got a bunch of devices here that I'm going to do this test with in testing out the brightness on these displays on these devices. I'm going to let you know each device here in the dark, so hopefully I don't get these wrong. Had a few of you ask me to run this test, and I decided to do it with a bunch of them. Now I do have a sacrificial lamb device that isn't going to be in this video test, and that is the Samsung Galaxy J7. It is doing the video, and then I have my Blue R1 HD that's not in this test, the LG K7, and my Nokia Lumia 1520. So all the way to the far left I have the Nexus 6, and my hand is now waving over the top of it. That seems to be the brightest right now, with no brightness all the way up or even halfway up. It's all the way down. All these devices have the brightness turned all the way down with no auto mode. Okay, so next to that is the Huawei Nexus 6p. So let's go back to the Nexus 6. That is a 2K display, Super AMOLED. The Huawei Nexus 6p is a 2K display, Super AMOLED. That's 1440 by 2560. The newly acquired Alcatel Idol 4, my finger's right over the top of it right there, that is a 1080p IPS LCD display. Next to that device is the ZTE Axon7. That is a 2K display, Super AMOLED display. Then we have the ZTE ZMaxPro 1080p IPS LCD display. Next to, on the far right, my hand is waving over the top of it, the Sony Xperia XAUltra. That is a 1080p IPS LCD display. So now you know all that information. I'm in the toggle area. If you look really close, brightness is turned all the way down on all these devices. And from what I'm seeing, the Nexus 6 is still very bright in the dark. Then you have the Alcatel Idol 4. Okay, my finger's waving over the top of it. And then it looks like it could be between the 6P and the ZTE ZMaxPro. I would probably, man, I don't even know. That's too close to call. Then the Sony Xperia XAUltra, waving my hand over that. Then we got the ZTE ZMaxPro, and I'm waving my fingers over that. So, wow. Yeah, so one more time, let's go down the line. Far left, Nexus 6, then the 6P, then the Alcatel Idol 4, then the ZTE Axon7, then the ZTE ZMaxPro, then finally on the far right, the Sony Xperia XAUltra. Now I do have the same wallpaper on all these devices, so now we're going to turn up. Well, let's go up without turning up the displays, and now you can see with the display brightness all the way down on each of these, which one of these devices looked. I'm not even going to let you. I'm not going to tell you. You be the judge on which display here looks the best with brightness all the way down. What looks more vivid, crisp, and sharp? What looks dull? What looks oversaturated? What looks washed out? You're going to leave that information down below. I'm doing my best here in the raw to put together a test, and I'm hoping that it works out, that you get something out of this, okay? And again, I was asked, and I'm trying to give you, the viewer, the subscriber, the team, in what you're asking for, so I'm doing something a little different here that I typically don't do. So how does that look to all of you? What do you think, knowing the order of these devices? Which one to you, all of you out there, looks the best? Which one looks the worst? Which ones are okay? Okay, now what I'm going to do is turn these all the way up. Okay, all the way up. I'll tell you, man, it took some time to get these wallpapers on here. I had to go look for the wallpapers for some of these devices, and then get everything together. And I'll tell you, it's like a job. even though I just really dig doing this and enjoy it, sometimes it's like, wow, yeah. So hopefully you enjoy this, man. I'm hoping that you give me a thumbs up. If you want to give me a thumbs down, that's up to you. But I dig the fact that a lot of you come on and just watch and support me, and you know, work goes into this. It does. And I'm just trying to give you something that, if this is something that interests you and you need to know when picking up a device, and this is one of the areas that you wanted to know about in gathering your information and doing your homework, here you go. So now I'm going to try to focus on, there we go. So now you can tell me down below again which looks the best to you. The Xperia XAUltra looks a little dull, a little more washed out. Not so much washed out, but dull. I don't know, man. I mean, they all look good. I know when I'm watching movies on the XAUltra, it looks phenomenally awesome. But by looking at this wallpaper here, I don't really like that look right there. But it's still a phenomenal device. Phenomenal device. A little more yellow tintish on the Nexus 6. Right now, the Alcatel Idol 4 has a very nice, from where I'm standing, this display looks just wow. Again, I'm just going off from as a user myself, as a regular consumer, but being fortunate to have all these devices. Wow, yeah, I'm really digging that $129 device. You know what? At the end of the day, none of these devices really have any negatives as far as when it comes to I mean, the negatives are very few and minor. They really are. There's so many more positives to these devices. These are things that we as consumers look at, and we each have our own opinion and our own preference. It doesn't mean that it's wrong or right, okay? It's the way it's the way. You could be standing next to me and go, well, I disagree with you. I think this one is the one that, you know, it's all preference. Again, remember, all in fun. We see things differently. There's no wrongs or rights here. I'm just putting together something on the fly, and I'm hoping that you enjoy it. I'm hoping that this gives you a little something if this is an area, again, that you are looking at when purchasing a device for you. So hey, this is the test. Brightness all the way down, all the way up, same wallpaper, different devices. Again, the Nexus 6, the 6P, the Alcatel Idol 4, ZT Axon7, ZT ZMaxPro, and the Sony Xperia XAUltra. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until my next video, God bless. Peace. I'm out.